What's up, everyone? 124san's here with a premiere draft of Foundations. Haven't dropped a lot of power queue recently, so going back to a retail draft. It's basically going back to my comfort zone. Alright, without further ado, let's look at our pack 1 pick 1. The rare Homunculus Horde is a pretty fun build around. If you draw a second card, you just copy this and this multiplies. But the base race is a 4-mana 2/2 that dies to a stab in this format or burst lightning. Like you can use 1 mana to kill this. So that makes it much less great. The uncommon Skyship Buccaneer, 5 mana 4/3, draw a card when you're tagged. That's pretty good. A Japanese Primate, 2 mana 2/2, gain life, put a counter. Now this is a reprint and I don't think it's as strong as Skyship Buccaneer. And in common, there is Luminous Rebuke, that's good. Bouncer, that's good. I think I'm just gonna go with the Buccaneer first. Goes with the flying archetype pretty well in blue-white. Alright, pack 1 pick 2, the rare Zoasher Lichlord. You can cast a zombie creature from graveyard this turn by tapping this, but if I remember correctly, this set only has like 2 zombies in common and uncommon. So unless your deck has like a lot of the 4 mana 4/2 zombies, you probably don't want this. For blue, the blue is just pretty whatever. You never cast this in limited, and the 2 mana to 1 flash prowess is just a fine filler. So I think I'm just gonna take the strongest card, bake into the pie here. From the first Eldring set, 4 mana, destroy a creature and make food. Pretty solid. Pack 1, pick 3. Blue card. Brian Cathar is like fine. It doesn't give evasion that works with Skyship Buccaneer. Not sure if we're doing Tolerian Terror. And the black card, Inferno Vessel, is a 3 mana 2/1 that dies into a 4/3. We can stick into one of the colors we already have, or we dip into another color with Banishing Lights, which is probably the best card in this pack. To be honest, the power level of Back into Pie and Skyship Buccaneer are not that high, so I don't think I have to stick into any color for now. So let's just take the Banishing Light. I can make 4. For this, to go with our colors, I think Big Fin Bouncer and Stab are both pretty good. So it basically depends on our preference of going into which one more. And outside of this, the Feather Savior is also a pretty decent card. Give 2 counters to other stuff, and also have Life Link for white-black life gain. And Dragon Trainer is pretty good. Uncommon in red is a 5 mana 1/1 that makes a 4/4. And Savannah Alliance is a pretty classic card, but 1 mana 2/1 that does nothing else. Pretty much it. Pack 1 pick 5? Okay. If we get a pack 1 pick 5 Dreadwing Scavenger, that means we are like 99% going into blue-black. This is one of the strongest signposts in this format. And seeing this in pack 5 means I should just stick to this, period. Okay, after this, there are some... Warhorn Raider is good in red, and the Strix Lookout is fine in the blue-black threshold. Pack 1 pick 6. If we're doing Threshold, then Tolerian Terror becomes better. But Uncharted Voyage is also a good interaction. I also surveilled one, which is quite nice. I think I like Voyage over Terror right now. Pack 1 pick 7. Wow, pick 7 Vanishing Lights? Damn. And there's also stuff for the Image that's 3 mana 2/2, surveils 3, and can be blocked. A decent role player in blue-black, but I think I'm just gonna go with Dismal Blackwater. And in case white is like Omega open, I can also just... This also helps splashing. Although Baking the Pie is not a good splash, but still, we can be like blue-black splash white or blue-white splash for Dreadwing Scavenger. That can work out. Because we got one of the better common in blue, think twice. 2 mana draw a card, flashback, draw another one. works super well with discard effects like Scavenger or Surveil effects when you surveil this to the graveyard. Pack 1, pick 9. Glad to see one of the better get common Killing Wheel, Big King Monster for -3/2, bounce something. We already have one, so we just take the other one. Pack 1, pick 10. Yeah, this is where the blue is super bad and both of blue can wheel, so we can just pick Elementalist Adapt to play as a 2-drop. 11. Brineborn Cutthroat is basically a better Adapt, so let's just take the Cutthroat. Pick 12. Don't think we need to take Witness Protection when we have like 2 interaction on instant speed and 2 interaction on sorcery speed. Take a Tranquil Cove in case we want to splash for a Banishing Lights or something better later on. And yeah, blue is super duper open, which is nice. Pack 2, pick 1. Lathril, Blade of the Elves. This is the commander card getting put into a standard set. I'm not gonna pick this, obviously. For our deck, blue is just a Light Shadow, which is fine, but we already have 2 big Fling Bouncers, so don't want to take a 4-drop that highly. On the other hand, there's this Burglaret, pretty good 2-drop. 2-mana 1/1, the opponent discard a card. This kind of effect is always good. Pack 2, pick 2. Yeah, this is a deck with Sarah Angel coming back, but Sarah Angel is a lot less. It's a lot less powerful than before when the removal gets better. For this deck, we have Infestation Sage, this is the best black card by itself, but in blue-black, we are not sacrificing. That makes this card less great. Or we can take Infernal Vessel. Stream a 2/1 dies into a 4/3, which serves a similar role as Infestation Sage, but the Infernal Vessel is a 2/1 instead of 1/1, so you trade it into more things. Don't want to take any of the Icewing Elemental that highly, so let's go with the Infernal Vessel. Pack 1, pick 3. We got 2 Eternal Lives that I would pick if the Solemn Simulacrum doesn't exist. Solemn Simulacrum get passed by 2 players. So this card is just a 4-mana, you ramp for land and then dies into a card. I like this card a lot. But without this, I'm just gonna take Eternal Life for this pack, I think. And there's also Guard here, pretty strong card in white. 1 mana, make 2 3/3s. Pack 2, pick 4. Rune Sealed War, Defender, Surveil 1. Well, it is a pretty good defender on the ground, blocks like almost everything, but I don't think I want to take that highly. Banishing Lights again. But before taking another Banishing Light, I think if you want to spec into splashing for any white cards, Tranquil Cove is a much better pick here. Back to pick 5, we got one of the better uncommon, probably the best. Play Bloom Trick, 3 mana, make 2 1/1s flying on instant speed, and also tap something that tap a creature opponent controls. That just goes super well with what we're doing, especially well with Skyship Buccaneer. Other than that, they're just Strix Lookout, and that's pretty much it. Back to pick 6. Alright, no blue card, white card's bad, black card's just Sanguine Symphony, which is whatever. Common is pretty bad. We're not gonna take anything here, but we're not gonna play anything here, most likely. Back to pick 7, think twice, and wow, Alpha Hunter on pick 7. White is also open, that means. Oh, we also have a pretty solid black, so we don't have to switch our colors, and think twice is a pretty good card. Pick 8. Guildless Ponder is pretty whatever. I think I like Stabilite Ink Mage, that works much better in this deck because we already care about Threshold, and if we can put something like Think Twice in the graveyard, that's essentially draw a card. Pick 9, we got our Light Shadow Dual Wield. We rather have 4 drops though. But we're also not sure if we are splashing. And we have 3 tap lands already. Pick 10. Gonna take a Ice Living Elemental that I didn't take earlier. Pick 11, Aetherize. It is good when your opponent attacks with everything and then you can just blow it all up, but it's way too situational to my liking. Pick 12, there's a Mocking Strike. 3 mana 2-1 is not what I want for this format. Okay, another white land. Well, we have 3 lands for any white cards we want to flash. There's just nothing we want to flash yet. Factory, pick 1. I think this is a miss. Don't want to take a second Icewind Elemental. Black card is a Hungry Ghoul. Sack a creature to put a counter on this creature, which actually works well with Brother OS, works well with Inferno Vessel, and any 1-drops that we can get. So that's probably gonna be the pick here. Herdic Banner is not that great when you are playing any 2-color decks, basically. You want to play a mono-color deck so all creatures you control can get buffed. Actually pick 2. Wow, 3 rare sack? What the heck? Herald of Eternal Dawn. There's no way we splash for this. And it's a flash flying, you can't lose when this is on board. So if opponent doesn't have removal, you just can't lose, which is quite nice. Consuming Aberration. Power toughness equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard. Most likely it's going to be like a 5-1, 5-2 if you play on curve and then die Super Lightning. So that's what I don't like about this card. But other than that, there's Inspiration from Beyond, Mill 3, and get an instant of Sorcery, which can be nice with what we are doing. I think it doesn't matter what we take here, so just take a Inspiration from Beyond and pack 3, pick 3. We are 100% picking Traveling Scavenger, Signposts, and we got a second copy. Passing a very strong rare, Alesha, and Stab. Pack 3, pick 4. Well, there's nothing to splashing white. So our land might not work well. Marauding Black Priest, when you gain life, opponents lose life, but how do we gain life? It has to be from black cards, and our black card only break into a pie can gain us life, so this card's quite weak. But it's not like any other cards are good here. Maybe a Meteor Golem? We play Meteor Golem? Self-Reflection can be nice if we can mill this or discard this. But still, just don't like that card by itself. Alright, Pepsi pick 5, we finally have our first copy of Refilled. This is the counter spell of the set in common. Counter any spell and draw and discard. Very strong effects. And yeah, just gonna take this over anything else here. Hexer pick 6. Wow, Eaten Alive versus Mischievous Mystic. We're gonna take a Mystic here. When you draw a second card, you make a 1-1 creature token flying, and this is what exactly black is doing. So, oh, that's great. Hexer pick 7. We got path 2 blue rares. Homunculus Horde, it can be nice with Draining Scavenger, or we just take a better card on face value. Drake Catcher. Vigilance Powerless, when it deals combat damage, you put Incubation Counter on it, and 3 Incubation Counter to make 1/2/2 Blue Drake flying. Yeah, I just took that card after reading all that. Okay, it's Icewind Elemental. I think I'll just take out Icewind Elemental. But I don't know if I'm playing it, most likely not, and we are not splashing for white, so we cut all these lands. I'm not gonna play another no, so let's take a banner. Not gonna play anything here. Run away together. Let's show duel. And now we go into the deck building. Need to cut more cards. Cut Meteor Golem, because that costs 7. And we still need to cut 2 more cards here. A little light on removal, but that's why I'm glad I get Uncharted Voyage. Let's play Evolving Wilds. I don't think this deck needs Evolving Wilds. We just need that 1 copy of Dismal Blackwater. And we are mainly in blue then black, so we go 9, 7. Or we might even go more, like 10, 6. And let's look at our spells. Removal, we have Bake, Uncharted, and I passed all the stats we saw. And also Eternal Life. Oh well. Inspiration from Beyond, the flashback cost way too much. I took this over the Aberration, but it's not like I'm gonna play either. Inferno Vessel, Mocking... I don't like Mocking Sprites, period. And then we just have 40, but I think we can do better. Full Drake Hatcher, Elemental Adept is what I don't want. Others are fine. Maybe play one more Sea Drop. Icewind and Sketcher Buccaneer as a top end, that's good enough. I can also play one more Icewind if I want to. I think I just slot this Sea Drop back in, Mocking Sprite. And yeah, this is looks like a blue-black tempo deck. Play those creatures, and then we bounce them and get into attack. And also we can hold up Refuse with Think Twice, which is quite nice. And also Fable Trick is pretty good. Pretty good spell in this deck. Tap something, make 2 1/1s. Help us get the attack in, make more flyers. We get more damage in. Right, this is the deck, and let's head to the gameplay. Alright, here we're at game 1. We got a 2 into 3 curves, and drawing one more land give us Breaking Bouncer, while another land gives us Sketchy Buccaneer, so keep. Is that the Edge of Eternity avatar? I think. Alright, so we got a Mischievous Mystic, but we have no way to trigger it anytime soon, so it is a better attacker. No, I'm not sure what they're playing, but I prefer to play this when I guarantee to get value from this. But let's still play Hungry Gophers. Blue. Blue doesn't deal with Mischievous Mystic that well, actually. Drake Hatcher. Ooh. Baking the pie, but yeah, this is when the when playing less black swords get hurt. If they have any one instant, they get to 2/4. I can't just, if I double block and they cast 2 instants, they eat the entire board. But they need to cast 2 instants in that case. It can be well a Think Twice and what? What else after Think Twice? If they don't have Think Twice, they should double block. But if does Blue have any combat trick, they can also work out for them. Fleeting Distraction, that's a 1-mana one. Ah, no blocks. If I draw into a black, I can just hold that up quite nicely here. Oh, that didn't work out. Really don't want to give them a Drake here, but alright, they're just gonna Big Thing Bouncer, bounce the Hungry Girl, and get good attacks. That's fair. Oh, really hope I draw into anything that refutes. Refute doesn't help us whatsoever. Talking on 3 really hurts here. But yeah, Refute is a draw additional card, but it only works when Luna Light Insight. Wow, see my draw 3, that's nice. But it only works when you get to cast Refuse on our turn. Yeah, we're 100% blocking that. Leave the others open. Can't let them hatch a Drake for free. And yeah, not drawing any lands that soon. Well, we do need both lands, so we just put everything on top. And we are on a pretty big back foot here. If they have instant 3 card draw, they just get that. And I'm not gonna get any card draw, so we have to just waste this here. Do you have 2 fleeting distractions? Wait, if you have 1 fleeting distraction, they target the wrong thing. Okay. Alright, so I can bounce the Erudite Wizard and then take 2 from Flyers. That's pretty much it. And there's a chance they have a Refuse in their hand. Can't help with that. If they have, I'm just gonna scoop. Okay, they don't. But I'm still gonna take like 1 billion damage. Or if they have Fablum Trick, they just suddenly make more 1/1s. Oh, Prowess Creature. I have to block that. Even though it's not a favorable block. Fleeting Distraction. I have so many Fleeting Distractions. Drake's Lookout, that's 1 more Flyer. I think I just play the Flyer without attacking and pass here. But I don't think we get it, they just attack with everything. Oh, actually, no. There's no way I can survive. Stuck on 3 mana for like 3 turns really hurts. Unfortunate. 1-0. Oh no, 0-1. Heading into game 2. Alright, game 2. We have a Burglar Rat, but I think twice, so that's good enough to keep, in my opinion. If we draw land, we can just play Infinite West on curve. Alright, we didn't draw a land. That's a warning. Dazzling Angel, that's a pretty good card. But that's almost Flash, okay. And yep, we didn't draw a land. Okay. Okay, draw the land in the wrong order. And we can't block that. So I have to take the 4-2. And they have the fixing, they have their raid. That works well for them quite nicely. If I want to block that, a Solemn Simulacrum can get 1 more mana early for later, and I can just double block the Goblin Borders, so I still want to play Solemn Simulacrum here. Yep, we double block. It's fine, they use a trip here. Because both of these up as a card. Yep, that's untaps, which is fine. We think we want to play 2 things. There's a chance to have Essence Scatter. So I want to lead with Infernal Vessel first, or I can play Light Shot Duel and then flash it by Home Cathode. But yeah, but dropping this on the board is much better, so let's Infernal Vessel first. Okay, they don't have a counter spell. Drop this. Also, so and this card. Cathode is easily the weakest card in this hand. It only works with, I think, twice. And the other cards are just much more powerful by themselves. More white. Block. Do they have Day of Judgment? If they just do... Oh, they have a deal too. That makes sense too. I can bounce that and then play around the raid for the rest of my life. But that can get us a good attack. Or it doesn't matter that much because we are... Yeah, we have the card advantage with 2 Think Twice. So I think we should just attack here. Not gonna potentially give them another raid value. And we can play a Light Shadow into a Think Twice. Skyship Buccaneer is good, Uncharted Voyage is good. I just do that in this exact order. Oh well, 6 damage. That's something I can't play around. If they only have a burst lightning, I can think twice and save it. And not gonna hold up priority for the rest of the turn. This is not power cube. There's no free spells or something. And we can attack and Skyship Buccaneer here. Or if we are if we're afraid of losing too much life, we can also just Big Thing, but let's just go with this. Maybe draw another land and then Big Fin Monster is better because we can Big Fin Monster and Think Twice on Sync, right? Okay, I can't. I can't block that. So I'm gonna take a bit more damage here, but after that we can just Big Fin Monster that. And then not attack with the ground. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, bounce that, block that. Oh, but they can deal with the Big Thing Bouncer. They can equip, and the Big Thing Bouncer is not a good block anyways. Oh, I totally forgot about that. If I attack, I don't even have enough power. Yeah, I think I misplayed a little bit here. Or I just chump block. They can also be fine. But if I attack with both, they don't block. They use a removal. Then I go to 1. That's good. I'll chump block. But then I lose up to a burst lightning. If they, I lose to 2 burst lightning. I mean, yeah, this is gonna die. I go to 6 that way. I really hope I draw into a creature that I can play along Kiora the Rising Tide. Well, it only makes stuff when she attacks. So not the end of the world. And if they don't put enough blockers on the board, I can just win. They discard the Raider. Oh, they did put another block on board, of course. We draw her first. Bouncer into Voyage. That's game. Okay. Didn't get punished too badly in this game, which is quite nice. Alright, we got it. 1-1, heading to game 3. Alright, here we are at game 3. We got a curve with Burglar Rats into Drowning Scavenger, and Hungry Ghost also works well with Burglar Rats. Or maybe we play Hungry Ghost on 2. That's 1 more power and toughness. Keep this. Okay, Skyship Buccaneer is pretty good as long as we hit our 5th land drop. And Drowning Scavenger loots every turn, which is quite nice. Also, black, blue, and Vampire Gourmand. That's a pretty strong uncommon in black. When he attacks, sack another creature to draw a card and it can be blocked. Pretty good with stuff like Burglar Rats or the 1-1 1 that dies into a 1-1 flying. Yep, or that. Well, really good sequence for them. Driving Scavenger doesn't block them, period, but Burglar Rats can. With Burglar Rats, I can block Infernal Vessel, and I can eat the Burglar Rats. For that, actually. Oh, second Vampire Gourmand? Ooh. This is just like removal, but it doesn't matter how I block it. There's removal for the Hungry Bow. Crypt Feaster. Like Short Duel can get us the land needed for Skyship Buccaneer. We just need one land. And this is 5-4 minutes if they hit threshold. Think twice, okay. Yeah, block like that. And I can attack with like Show Duel. Here, if they double block, I have a Uncharted Voyage. And they don't have mana up for the Refute, but they do have mana up for Atom Scatter. Atom Scatter is a uncommon, so hopefully they don't have it here. Okay. Alright, so they just think twice. That's fine. Of our Skyship Buccaneer to a card. And then we have 2 Driving Scavengers. Alright, it's a good thing they don't have any more foders for the Gourmand. Oh, yeah, that's Mills 3. And if they have Threshold, that's a 4-4. Quite powerful. Okay, Eaten Alive, okay. I can still make an attack here. Because of the Think Twice, and I'm not blocking any stuff, so let's just get the race going. And Driving Scavenger can just discard Think Twice. And discard land first. And now I'm at 5, so I just need to attack with both of them for the threshold. Right, they don't have much stuff. But I'm dead on board if I don't leave behind blockers. If I attack with everything, that's 9, but without casting the Uncharted Voyage. I think I get attack in the air, and then maybe I should have cast Ink Mage earlier. Oh well. Because that's... I lose 1 damage this way. That's great. Too late for that. Okay, that's good. That means we can discard the swamp and still have the trick. Okay, I'm so okay that they refilled this. Just hopefully they don't have a second refilled. Oh yeah, I think I should have cast this before combat. And if this gets countered, I just lose. Okay, nice. And if they don't have anything, they are dead on board. And yep. Alright. They had a very strong start with Vampire Gorman into the 3-mana 2-1, dies into a 4-3. But they don't have much follow-up after that. So we got there. Oh wow. They had a Scalding Crawler in their deck. This is a very strong card. Both player draws card, but every time the opponent draws card, they take 1. Right, that will be 2-1, heading into game 4. Going first, with no access to black, where we have Separate Image, which is level 3, which is quite deep. Also, turn 2 Drake Catcher is good, so I'll just treat this as like a 5-card hand. That gets better as soon as we get 2 swamps. Don't have any instant sorcery to hold up with a Drake Catcher though. A little bit bummer. Burglar Rat. I'm just gonna discard Hungry Go into that. Drake's Lookout. Okay, they're winning the block. Okay. I'm fine with that. I have to get the swamp, but I also want the Soul of Simulacrum, so it's gonna be this order. Let's Plunderer. Okay, that trades into Drake Hatcher, which I don't like. So I'm just gonna attack with Ink Mage first. Raving Scavenger, discard the Lookout, and we draw into our Soul Simulacrum, and gonna draw into another swamp. So we have the option to bake into pie. If they only live like 1 blocker behind, I just bake that into pie. And oh, never mind. Drake Hatcher didn't get any counter earlier because of the Burgling Rat, and they have a Gleaming Barrier. That means we are not getting that anytime soon. So we're just gonna attack with Driving Scavenger here. But we are 100% sure we're casting the Simulacrum this turn, so let's do it. Get our second swamp, and maybe discard this one. Sketchy Buccaneer is great. But yeah, if I want to cast Sketchy Buccaneer this turn, that means I have to discard the Stolen Simulacrum. Not sure why they attack here, but I'm fine with that. Draw a card. Or maybe they have Raid. They don't trigger Raid. Okay, that explains it. Oh, Alesha, yep. Alesha, Burglar Rat, discard Icewind Elemental. Pretty good turn for them. And I have to kill this ASAP. So I can... Oh, I should just cast this right now. Because I hit 7 cards. And also I can attack with this. Yep. There's now... Oh wait. Oh, that's food, never mind. Youthful Valkyrie flying. Works with Angel, okay. Good for him. I can bounce something, I can bounce that. But also, I can also Mischievous Mystic. But this only works if I attack with Dragon Scavenger and that trades into a Vanguard Seraph. But if I bounce Vanguard Seraph and they play it, the Ripple Valkyrie also gets another counter. Freaking. Oh. Mistake happens. Play too fast. Oh well. -1 card. Essentially. Bouncer. Okay, I think this is a bouncer here. We'll bouncer the Vanguard Seraph and we get good attacks. And yep. They're done with it. Alright. A little bit of misplay that cost us 1 card here, but didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, they outside of splashing for Alicia, they don't have much action. And we just steamroll them with a driving scavenger and separate into mage, basically. That will be 3-1 heading into game 5. Alright, game 5, opponent goes first. We have a Brian Braun Cutthroat into a Refute. Nothing to hold up with Refute, or we can just cast Driving Scavenger. Let's keep. Green. Green is the weakest color. And now we have something to hold up with Refute. That's nice. And they don't have turn 1 Lano Elves. Green blue. Alright, play a Swamp and cast Brian Braun Cutthroat. Drake Hatcher. They didn't have any action, but I think I should just hold up Think Twice. Also, just grows the out threat. And I'm gonna hold up Refute again. Black. Naturally, I have better color. Burnish Hearts, I don't care. Think twice. We're getting a lot of cards here. Drake Hunter is the only card I can hold up. We're filled with, so let's go with this. And then next turn we can just Driving Scavenger and hold up Refute. Or if they tap out for something and I Refute, I'll just cast my actual threats. Yep, I'm 100% continuing that. This card land. We're doing very good. I think I just attack with everything and then play a Skyship Buccaneer. Don't need a big thing bouncer. And they let it through. Alright, not making the mistake of playing this free combat. Like, what the heck? Why would I do that? And they're dead. They cast like 2 spells in this game. And then speed them down with the Brian Home Buccaneer for the entire game. Alright. 4-1 heading to game 6. Alright, go in first. 2-lander, but if we draw a third land, we can Ink Mage into our black. Also have a big green bouncer for 4. Keepable, not the best. If we naturally draw black, I'm just gonna Burger Rats right away. Nope, but we did draw a better card. Mischievous Mystic. So good with Think Twice. Hopefully they have no removal for this. Yep, that's not removal for this. So we are doing great. Not that great, because we miss our land drop. We still miss our land drop, so yeah. A lot less great, but... Okay. Really hope we get a land here. So we can unload this hand. If Mystic eats a removal here, I'm just done. Okay. That's good. Yep, I'm not blocking that. That's not good. Oh well. Sometimes you have this kind of variance. It is higher chance of drawing a land here than not drawing a land. Like I have 30 cards in the deck and 15 are lands, so 50% of chance. So yeah, half and half. Alright, got him. But casting Think Twice right now is gonna down as a card, so let's just Mocking Spice here. That makes Think Twice cost 2. IFA Trickster. Yup. Now everything has flash. Or maybe I should cast Inkmage or Luna Insight. Yeah, Luna Insight is good when you can set it up. And they can cast it instantly, but they cast it right now, so they want some actions here. Alright, that's their turn. And if I were them, I'll still cast a cat, I think. Yeah, I think I totally should cast Inkmage instead of the Mocking Sprite here. That was my mistake. Oh well. There's Inkmage, Surveil 3, that helps us hit the land drop. And because I didn't cast Inkmage, I stuck with my 3 lands for another turn. I think I'm just gonna lose into a board pump here if they have one. I forgot if Foundations have any board pump. If they have board pump, they should also attack with that. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a very specific board pump. And I am like Omega Doom here. Yeah, 4 lands. They have like everything set up. I'll just go with this. They have a billion flyers on board, 5 cards in hand. Well, I can't unload my hand. And yeah, I definitely should cast the Inkmage earlier. So I have access to 4 lands sooner. 4-2, heading into game 7. Alright, mono blue hand again, but we have 6 lookouts, Think Twice, Slash Shadow, healable. And casting Think Twice is actually the same as using Strix Lookout to discard it. I have two black cards. I think I'm just gonna cast Mocking Sprite and I'm gonna trade with this very thespian. Oh, that's Edge of Eternity's Forest. Looks pretty nice. And Think Twice only costs 1. Elves. And 2-2 make a 1-1. Yep, that's pretty good when you have a elf. I can Think Twice now, or I can just cast these 2 on their end step. I think I prefer doing that instead. And I can ambush a 1-1. Go win pick? Okay, they can go win pick something. Here. I hope they go and pick the 2-2. Yep, that's what I hope for. And then I ambush the 1/1. I did join for land, okay. This whole black water. This unlocks the black cards in the hand, but I think I still prefer just Light Shot Duel here. And I'll keep a swamp if there's one on top. There's none, so it's gonna bottom the island. And I can big thing bouncer something. That's a pretty good card right now. Land for a elf. Think I'm just gonna bounce the 5/3. Or I can bounce that. But I think I prefer the temple. The temple. This trades into an elf, so I'm not gonna attack with that. And this trade with them double blocking. So if I want to attack, I want to attack with everything. That means they're low enough. I should just do this. And okay, I prefer the double block. And I can Inferno Vessel into a thing twice. But once they cast this, flyers can't attack anymore. Oh, the toughness of this card is really small. Like 3 toughness for 5-drop reach. So if I get 1 more power on the Mocking Sprite, I can just attack into that. Regrower. Okay, Regrower for Duel's Elite, and then play again. It's a pretty good turn. But that means my flyer gets in. A 100% casting Inferno Vessel here. Our ground. Not gonna get in with the ground anytime soon. Block, block. I think I just want to play Hungry Goal. Giants. Not everything get clocked up. Can't attack in the air because of giants. Can't attack on the ground because there's like a billion things. I can cast Think twice on their turn to grow this, but I don't think that matters anymore. Well, let's stare at each other. Since they flooded. Most one Hydra, okay. That card can get out of hand. If we both of us keep drawing lands here, then we're eventually gonna win because this grows exponentially. Drake Catcher, it doesn't doesn't do anything on this board. Oh, wow, Evolving World? Okay, you got it. You got it. I don't think there's any chance we can win this if we don't immediately top deck a removal here. Like, what the heck is this board state? And yep, they're waiting for one more land, and I'm down 4. So let's see. Fey Bloom Trick. If I get this earlier, that helps like a lot more. And by a lot, I mean real lot. But right now, if I tap this, attack for 2, they got 4. And then they... I think I may as well wait to see what I have. One more land gets this to 16 and I have to block that. Tap that. If they don't have the one more land, I'll just take this and tap the Elf on Giants. And then hopefully join to... They're planning to attack with this, but see if they... Alright. Fine, you can attack. And I can block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. I have enough power on the ground to block that. Yep, that's exactly 9. Oh, they still get a tremble for 1, fine. Golden Pig makes a treasure. Oh, at least they don't have much. Italy, sure. I can't play around Italy, so let's just favor trick the only blocker they have. And hope for the best. The best is a bomb, okay. They go down to 2, and hopefully Italy just does nothing. And we win in the air. Yeah, Italy is not gonna get in. That I know for sure. And they should attack with like almost everything. Outside of this Elson Giant, maybe. Ooh. Employment. Okay. If you can hit the involuntary employments from the top, then there's no way I can beat you. And yeah, I think that should be lethal. Oh, I could have sacked it. And does that cost me the game? Let's see. I could have sacked the Infernal Vessel. I think that cost me the game, if that's enough damage. Oh no, they can't attack with it, so it doesn't matter actually, but... Oh, yeah, that's enough damage. On the board already. Oh, Italy. And maybe I should... Yeah, if I want to play more carefully, I leave one fairy behind, so that's not lethal right away. But yeah, I didn't plan around involuntary employment or any removal. So if I have 2 blockers, I won't die to an all-out attack. Sad. But c'est la vie. Now we have 4-3, and at least we only lose like 100 gems, so it's still a game. And I forgot to go to the deck reveal. Oh well. So yeah, if you want to see the deck again, you can just go back to the video during the deck building. And yeah, this deck has two signposts, which is quite nice. And very fast. Not the fastest, but yeah. The curve is pretty low. Low curve temple deck in blue-black. And also have a lot of draw and discard effects that works quite well with the 2-mana 2-1 flying that makes a 1-1 wherever you draw a second card, even though I think we only make one flyers for this entire run. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and see you in the next one.